Bonjour à tous et à toutes, c'est Yuna l'escale exterminatrice et bienvenue sur ce Let's Play Tale of Arise. On en est aujourd'hui à l'épisode 36. Je sens la fin de ce Let's Play. En tout cas, j'espère que vous allez bien. Moi, je vais super bien. Ravi de vous retrouver aujourd'hui. On a donc, si vous vous souvenez, à l'épisode précédent, on a donc la tenue de cette cérémonie qu'il y avait entre la dame et le souverain. Donc apparemment on en a aussi beaucoup appris sur les épines. Les épines, eh ben, c'est Alphen qui les avait et c'est la dame, donc Naori, la descendante de... Enfin, la descendante non, c'est plutôt notre chère Shion qui est la descendante de cette fameuse Naori qui aurait fait en sorte de prendre cette malédiction qui aujourd'hui a pris tous ses descendants, quoi. Donc la femme sans mur, voyons voir ce qu'ils ont à dire.
Sounds like this Naori chick had quite the big heart.
Her position demanded nothing less. From the sound of things, she didn't focus on differences, least of all those between Renans and Dahnans.
Yeah. It was Naori who first showed me that such a thing was even possible. And then she saved my life by sending me back home to Dahna.
Not only that, but she willingly stayed behind on Lenegis for the sake of her people. It sounds like she was quite the hero, all right. A truly caring person.
It's as if walls meant nothing to her. The ones separating the Renans from the Dahnans, or herself from others. She had no need for them.
Which basically meant that she never had anything to break down in the first place, huh? Yeah. I think you may be right about that.
You inherited that legacy. Her wish for the world.
Don't I know it?
She's kind of like a lodestar guiding our way, showing us what we can aspire to.
Ah oui, apparemment oui, elle est ce dont on pourrait espérer. Donc attendez, je regarde vite fait. Oui, donc c'est bien là, c'est bien la porte que je dois prendre. Allons-y, continuons donc cette aventure. Oula. Parce que là, j'ai plus de PS, j'ai plus rien. Ce serait bien que je récupère un peu de tout ça. Parce que là, si je dois croiser un boss, je peux vous garantir que voilà, que je vais prendre tarif. Hein. Est-ce qu'il y a quelque chose? Non. Voyons voir. Est-ce que je peux au moins mettre un peu de PS au moins? Voilà, ce sera déjà mieux que rien. Pardon.
That's quite some door, all right. This might finally be it. The heart of the beast.
We'll find the Rena's Alma and the Red Woman inside, right?
After everything we've been through to get here, they damn well better be.
We'll probably be needing you to open this one for us, Sovereign.
Go for it, Alphen.
This is it, guys. Time to see what secrets are in store.
Allez dans les profondeurs de la zone interdite. Donc je crois que... Ah bah regardez, mon Dieu, il y avait un truc juste là. Alors attendez, avant de faire quoi que ce soit, on va voir ce qu'ils ont à dire. Déjà.
It looks completely different.
Yeah, you're right. Actually, this place... it reminds me more of being back inside the wedge.
Except the Dahnan astral energy feels even stronger here.
In a portion of the city reserved purely for the Renan sovereign.
Maybe he just has strange tastes?
This place looks like it has been here for quite some time now. If its design were a matter of personal preference, we would be talking from centuries ago. Or perhaps even further back. Still, this isn't the sort of decadence of taste spoken of in artistic circles. So what is it then?
Hold up, decadence? Artistic circles?
When a preference is indulged to its extreme, it descends into kitsch, eccentricity for the sake of it. I'd be happy to illuminate you further.
That depends. Does it involve you buying me lunch?
The void that art fills isn't the stomach, it's the soul.
In that case, I'll let you know the next time my soul starts to rumble.
Now all we need is something to fill up the void inside your head.
Shut up!
Pas mal. Allez, hop. Allez, c'est parti. C'est vrai que ça ressemble à l'intérieur de l'encre, hein. C'est plus Lenegis, là.
Volhran! He really was still alive.
Oh mince.
And there's the Renis Alma. Then, is this another spirit channeling ceremony?
Wait, though. Something doesn't seem right here.
Once more, the powers must be united. Born from the fires of chaos, the world does seek its rightful state. All must be sacrificed in the heart of Rena, at the shrine of the true sovereign.
What has happened to him? He's lost himself, reduced to a mere cog in a machine.
Hey, look! Over there!
Isn't that the Maiden's crest?
Can it be that this entire chamber is meant to act as a substitute for the Maiden?
It looks like it's still running, but are we already too late to stop the ceremony?
If that's what caused Lenegis' transformation, then the purpose of the ceremony must have been to drain all the astral energy out of Dahna.
But for what purpose? What could possibly need astral energy on that sort of scale?
I don't know. But whatever it is, I'll bet it's connected to those visions of oblivion. Regardless, we cannot stand by and let them steal Dahna's energy. That said, we should retrieve the Renis Alma. Because right now, we need that most of all.
He's not gonna lunge at us out of nowhere, right?
Not the time, Law.
Alphen, look!
The Red Woman! So we finally found you. I have a lot of questions for you.
Wait!
What?
They all have the same face? How is that even
Oh mince.
possible?
Oh mince. Oh mince.
What is this?
Quoi ce truc?
Who the hell are they?
It can't be. Are they even people?
It's hard to know for sure, but I think they're the true rulers of Rena.
They're not
Oh
feeling
mince,
particularly
j'aime pas beaucoup ça, je vous le
It's
dis.
no use, Alphen. If we don't fight, we may
Oh
as
là
well
là,
be
oh là
sitting
là.
ducks here.
Good point. Let's stop that before this gets out of hand.
Non, arrête.
Temptation ruined.
Leave the charges to me!
Our arts are being interrupted.
Voilà, un peu de temps.
A wailing bungee of lightning! Let me help! First aid! Here's 8 dirt! First aid! I never fit!
I'll face you now or never.
Oula, oula, oula,
In a
oula.
bind?
Here goes! Confiscated! First aid! Doctors made one!
This one's mine!
Mega ray!
Eating piles
Go time flat!
Ah non, tu te calmes déjà.
This is looking good.
Here, let me help! First aid!
Que j'esquive beaucoup.
Take this!
Glacial spear.
Here's the evil!
Leave the charges to me!
Ah ouais, je sais du temps. Allez. Ouais, ça pose sur moi en plus ces trucs là. Oh, on se calme.
I'll heal you all!
No further.
Healing circle! Think again!
I owe you one.
No time to break this match! Mega Ray! Maelstrom!
Eternal devastation!
Zephyr Trident!
Green faith and blood.
Arch Drill!
You are part bloody howling.
On your knees.
Air pressure.
Ils sont énervés.
Ready and ready.
Warmer! Divide!
Resonate with the earth.
Here we go! Here's a healing arc!
Air
First
pressure.
aid! Ready to go! Denied!
Double demon burn.
Mega Ray!
Burn.
Where are you going? In here!
In a bind.
Mega Ray! I'll be safe this way!
Double demon fang. Not today.
Time to burn! Scorch burn! Malevolent!
Rotating pile driver.
Here's a healing arc! Illuminate! Think again!
Crescent flash.
Mega Ray! Arch shield! Not on my watch!
Oh merde.
Here, let me help! Raging cascade! Mega Eat dirt! I never fit! Nothing gets by me! Winds of heaven!
Rotating pile
Mega
driver.
Ray! Magic is in! Air thrust! Chain between heaven and earth! Zephyr Trident!
Reste pas là, reste pas là. Ouh là 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 là.
Mega Ray! Sleep now! I'll be saving this way! Here, let me help! First aid! Glacial spear! Pierce evil!
You picked the wrong fight.
Freeze laser!
Can't get out of this.
Mega Ray!
Take this. Now it's my turn. I'll think
Oh. Ah oui, c'est le...
Range and explosive! I'll
Arrête
bring
pas
you
là.
back from death's abyss!
Mais non. Waouh, waouh, waouh.
Here's a healing arc! Chain between heaven and earth!
Ah non. Oh, j'ai eu de la chance.
Not on my watch! Mega Ray!
they
Will this
smite
help?
with blackened blade.
Gale Force! Urge Malevolent! Waterfall! Will this help?
Rising wyvern.
Here goes! Healing will illuminate the dark! Mega Ray!
It's time.
Lightning
Can't get out
Orb!
of this.
Raging Cascade! Mega Ray! Here I go!
Begin.
Mega Ray! Ready and ready! Now! Alphen! This ends now!
Consider yourself finished.
Oh, punaise.
Surrender. Fighting is useless now.
Do you think it's really over?
Non, je pense pas, non.
Astral energy. Watch out! They've got something up their sleeve!
What?
It's self-destructed?
Alphen!
I'm okay. Just a little roughed up.
You had me worried there.
Who said you could touch that?
Damn it! He's awake!
I should have thought as much.
So you know this place?
Naturally, it was built for me, after all. We'll save that for another time. More pressing is how I'm going to tear you apart.
Even after all this time, you still insist on hating me?
You cut me down. Sovereign or not, you will pay for that.
You're obviously bluffing. You can't even move right now.
Really, is that what you think? Did you really think that such a petty device could hold me?
Are you going to claim it's because you're a ruler? Be it sovereigns or lords. In the end, they're all titles given by someone else.
Plus, what kind of ruler would spend all his time chasing Alph, who happens to be another sovereign?
Idle prattle. I proved my worth and the Sovereign's powers were granted to me.
Were they really? We already know the title of Sovereign doesn't denote royalty. It is but an overblown codename for those with a designated part to play in these proceedings. You mentioned before that you were not the only one stolen from Dahna, correct?
Yeah. There were countless. And every one of them besides me died.
All of those failed experiments, and they still kept going back to Dahna. There must have been some vital reason their subject had to specifically be a Dahnan. Then there were the records we found in the library, for you and Volhran. They were logged 300 years apart, and yet the data they took from you was exactly the same. Which leads us to a single conclusion.
Then you mean Volhran was kidnapped just like Alphen? But then he became a
slave from Dahna. Just like us. Isn't that right, Volhran?
Pardon.
So he posed as a Renan and caused all that suffering to his own people?
How could you? If you knew the pain of being a slave, why would you inflict that upon others?
Renan and Dahna are meaningless distinctions. Me and everyone else. That is all that matters. I will stand above all others and take what is rightfully mine, starting with this.
a red woman.
Another one?
Give your master back on Rena this message. No one makes a fool of me. Let them know I'll make them suffer.
Don't do it!
Rena's Alma!
It's too late. You can't stay here.
We need to go. Alphen!
Go. But know I will be your shadow no matter where you try to run.
Let's go.
Never forget, I am the one who devours everything. Who answers to neither spirit nor man. My word is law. I am.
Are you two okay?
Yeah. We'll be fine.
Is Volhran... have we finally seen the last of him?
We can but hope.
Those red women. What the heck was their deal?
Could they be the ones behind all this? The same ones who put those soldiers in Faria in a trance?
What, those brainless things? Either way, they've done a runner with the Renaissance. Damn it, that's the second time now!
Whatever's stolen from us, we'll steal it back. The future's ours to protect. And right now, those things are what's standing in our way. We can head them off at Rena.
Did you say Rena?
Volhran mentioned a master of theirs holed up in the motherland somewhere.
If that monstrous form's their true identity, I shudder to think who they take orders from.
Yeah. There's a good chance it's not human. That's for sure.
So this thing over on Rena, that's what's really behind all this, huh?
They have the Renaissance in their grasp already, so it's unlikely they'll have cause to return to Dahna. I agree that Rena's our best shot.
Then we're agreed. Let's head back to the starship.
But seriously,
Okay.
I was not expecting Volhran to actually be here.
He seemed to care not one whit about Renans or Dahnans.
Alors je croyais vraiment que ça allait se
good way
finir
to
là,
live
mais
with us.
pas du tout en fait, pas du tout.
I didn't see that coming about Volhran. As for those red women, to think they were monsters all along.
Tell me about it. One minute they look perfectly human. Next thing you know, they're not actually human at all.
They definitely weren't Renan or Dahnan. I'm not even sure language would get through to them.
So what were they then? Human Zoogle hybrids?
Is the most terrifying thing anyone said all day?
How about you, Xion? Dohalie? You ever seen anything like that before?
No, never. However, if they're the same as the Red Woman we've seen with Volhran, I think it's safe for us to assume they understand our language at the very least.
I had just so much I wanted to ask them. About Rena, and Xion's thorns.
Unfortunately, they blew themselves up before we got the chance. Why would they do such a thing, though? To take us with them? Or in order to keep something hidden?
Both sound plausible to my ears. They took off with the Renaissance too, remember?
Yeah, they did. And the next time we meet them, we're going to make sure they tell us everything they know.
Ah ouais, j'aimerais bien là, parce que voilà quoi. Y a rien à faire là au milieu avec ça. Non, c'est bon. Ok, ok. Ah, c'est bien par là, hein. Oui, c'est ça. Ok, un peu de monde en route.
Let's dispose of the trash. Now you'll learn. I never fit. How long are we gonna keep this up for exactly?
Reflect on thy sin. They smite with broken blade.
Execution. Not on my watch.
Another incantation ruined.
Pull back.
Oh là là, oh là là. Aïe aïe.
In here! Mega Ray! It's time to finish this! Die! Consuming wildfire! Anything in armor is forward! Heal my weary companion! No further! Here I come! This one's mine! One's mine! Astral energy! Full throttle! Far beyond the darkest sky! I call upon thee! Mega Ray! Release! Shooting star! Here's a healing arc! First aid! Here's a healing arc! First aid! Ready to go forward! You know, Mega Ray! The flame inside me to being interrupted! Lightning or raging cascade! Finish it! Rolling! This one's got your name on it! Ashes to ashes!
Small,
Non mais,
but a victory nonetheless.
incroyable. Donc attends, oh là-bas il y a des cristaux à récupérer que je vais aller chercher de suite. On en a toujours besoin. Et moi ça, j'en ai vraiment besoin. Bien sûr, on n'est pas tranquille. On va éclater tout le monde.
Take this! Now or never! I never fit! Breath of life! No further! Stand back! I'll strip it up! Rising water! Coming through! Ha! Now! Scarlet Inferno! Breath of life! Heal my weary spirit! I'm ready! Flame of fury!
Mince, j'ai fait mon attaque.
I'm ready! Alphen! In an instant! Impact block! Shine! Radiant light! Illuminate the dark! Transform! Holy glimmer! Stay! Holy lamp! Will they help between heaven and earth? Don't suffer in silence! Healing circle! Feel lightning! Mega ray! Here! Need to pull myself together. A whirling circle! Anything in armor is all mine! Winds of heaven! Burning strike! Explosive ring! Now! Flame of fury! Jolene! Blow them away! Photon ray! More where that came from!
Voilà.
You're quite the gunslinger.
I have to be, in this world.
Don't worry, I've got your back.
Allez, hop. Ah, attends. Ah oui, c'est vrai, je suis obligée de faire tout le tour. Donc ça c'est ouvert. Ah. Bon, allez vas-y, on va te friter toi, ça fera toujours des points. On va mettre un peu de points.
Get out of this! Mega ray! Oh! You blew away! Let the marksman handle this! Mega ray! Dance in the wind! Soaring like fire! The flame inside! Sure! To be let free! A wailing fancy of lightning! Megasonic thrust! Mega ray! Glacial spear! Pierce evil! Freeze lancer! They smite with
Another incantation ruined.
Hear me! Flame of the wind! Burning turret! Rising water! Mega ray!
Allez, Dohalim.
Lightning condemned! Thunderblade! Illuminate the
Dohalim, tu t'es énervé là, au moins fais quelque chose quoi. Ah même pas, il y a même plus de chose. Pas eu le temps.
Energy of lightning! Not in your dreams! I'm ready!
Vacuum blade!
Thunder field!
Shattering us!
Raging
Demon Fang!
cascade!
Demon Fang!
Healing circle!
Allez.
Wind underway! Glacial spear! Pierce!
A charge like that could easily be fatal.
Just as well, I'm here to stop.
Hear me! Flaming fury! Burning down! Hear me!
Oh. Oh là là.
Time to let it rip!
Imbue this vanquished
I'll bring you back from death's abyss.
Burn in hell!
Nothing gets by
J'ai
me.
la grande.
Here's a healing!
Merci.
Coming through!
Ah bah, d'accord.
Now! Scarlet Inferno! Swallow blade!
Allez.
Blow them away!
Bien joué.
These bad guys really
Bien
don't
joué.
mess around.
Magnifique. Salut les poilus. Ah, mais ça, le prix de bestiole, hein.
Take this!
Mega ray! There! House of it! Hear me! Flame of fury! Burning strike! Hear me! Flame of fury! Burning strike! Hear me! Flame of fury! Burning strike!
This one's mine!
Mega ray! Now! Darling! This one's got your name on it!
Ashes to ashes!
Mega ray! I see it all!
Sword Rain Alpha!
Now!
It's dazzled! Take this! I'm ready! Remove!
Astral energy!
Say no more! Onward and upward.
Allez, on continue.
What the? When did it get pitch dark all of a sudden?
The lights are all out. Think it has something to do with the explosion back in the Forbidden Zone? Doe?
You two.
Faria, Avakir. Thank goodness you're safe.
Avakir filled me in about everything. About how I ambushed you all.
She doesn't remember a thing. So she really was being controlled.
He told me about Tarnigan, too. Is it true?
What difference does it make? What's done is done.
Stop casting me off, just for once!
Faria, not now. It can wait. Dohalim, Lenegis is in grave peril.
So I can see.
It's the city's core reactor. It's damaged. Some of the basic systems we've managed to keep online, but complete restoration's still a way off.
You're an elite technician, though. You can fix it, right?
If so, then what's the problem?
Panic's begun to set in among the citizens. Until now, whenever something like this happened, the Sovereign would issue a decree. But this time, not so much as a peep. Any longer, and we run the risk of riots breaking out before we can get things back up and running.
Forget the Sovereign. I doubt you'll be hearing from him anytime soon.
What's that supposed to mean? Do you know something I don't?
Suffice it to say, the Sovereign isn't the kind of ruler we thought he was. That is, if he ever even existed, which is looking doubtful at this stage.
Are you out of your mind? Why, if people knew that a lord such as yourself was whispering such blasphemy, they'd...
There's no time to explain now. It sounds like we need to find a way to keep Lenegis from spiraling out of control.
We need to stop that riot.
But how do we do that?
Riots feed on discontent and unrest, right? So if we want to keep the peace, we just need to put people's minds at ease.
At ease? Like by letting them hear directly from someone they trust. That's it. Who's the highest-ranking person in Lenegis right now?
Lenegis wouldn't have a next in line. After all, you said the Sovereign rules over everyone directly, right?
Correct. The closest thing to an authority figure would be a lord. And the only one left is... Ah. Very well then. Avakir, you mentioned a few facilities were still online. Which ones?
Why hasn't the Sovereign said anything?
Please, won't somebody explain what's going on?
Is it over? What's going to happen to all of us?
Heed me now, fellow Renans of Lenegis. It is I, Lord Dohalim Ilkaris of Eldamen and Sia.
Look, up there! It's Lord Dohalim!
Hold on! He should be in the crown contest! Shouldn't he? Why isn't the Sovereign talking to us?
The Sovereign is seeing to other matters right now. In my capacity as Lord, I speak to you in his stead. You're afraid, as people so often are when faced with the unknown. I hope you'll allow me to put your fears to rest. The city's core reactor has experienced a malfunction. However, we have our top engineers attending to the matter, and things will soon be back to normal. I know that you feel abandoned, perhaps more scared and alone than ever before. But I ask you all to keep one thing in mind. You are Lenegis, not the lords and sovereign. The solidarity of its citizens is the mortar that holds it together. If we don't allow ourselves to be distracted by our differences, if we put our hearts and minds together and stand as one, I am confident we will find new hope. I would be honored to stand with you. Not as a person of loftier rank, but as another human being among many. I hope that you'll lend me your strength, for if we can persevere as one, I know a bright tomorrow awaits.
Your speech seems to have done the trick. Looks like the city won't be descending into chaos after all.
I only pray the relief will tide the city over for the time being.
What you said earlier, about the Sovereign possibly not even existing, was it true?
It's still too premature to say with any certainty, but I believe so. This whole time, this world we've been fed was a lie, built on nothing but falsehoods.
But it can't all have been...
I can believe it. After everything I saw in the Forbidden Zone, what they did to Faria, it's the only explanation that makes sense.
But what about hierarchy, Avakir? Authority? The very foundations of Renan society? How can we live without someone to guide us?
I'd say we found someone capable of doing just that, wouldn't you?
You? You can't be serious.
I have business I must take care of first. But once everything is over, I shall return. But not as your sovereign, nor as a leader the likes of which the people here are used to, I think.
But how else do you propose to rule?
I'm not sure yet. All I have is a feeling that here in Lenegis, a new dawn is on the verge of breaking. One in which people won't be judged by birthright or on the power of their astral arts, but on other things. More important things. Things like, oh, I don't know, musical talent, for example.
When I bumped into you after all those years, I said you were no different. But I was wrong. Truth is, you were always different. I feel like maybe now I can finally begin to accept Turnigan's death. To see a future.
You go finish whatever it is you've got to do. I'll hold down the fort here in Lenegis till you get back.
Thank you.
I guess you're not going to make it to Menancia for the foreseeable future, huh?
Indeed. Forgive me.
The people of Elda Menancia can look after themselves just fine. It's the ones here on Lenegis who need someone to guide them. Besides, with you leading the people here, it'll help spread the idea of coexistence beyond Menancia's borders that much faster.
Sounds like you're in it for the long haul.
How could I not be, after the second chance that I've been granted? From this day forth, I shall dedicate myself to the future inhabitants of this world. Though the memories of the departed shall remain forever in my heart.
Remember, you're going to be leading the people here, not ruling them.
True enough. Whatever would I do without you, Kisara?
With or without her, I suspect you're gonna have your hands full when the time comes. We should be heading back to the ship. Business on Rena awaits.
Ok. Ah. Yeah. Cool. Pour Dohalim. Élan terrestre, est-ce qu'il y a augmentation des dégâts? Non, on va faire élan terrestre, ça très bien. Parlant de ça, du coup, on va regarder un petit peu pour tout le monde. Allez hop, de toute façon, il faut bien le faire, j'ai envie de vous dire.
Looks like the people of Lenegis can rest easy.
Alors. Faut repartir. Alors attendez, est-ce qu'on peut se TP? Ah, la fin du voyage. Ah, je peux pas me TP.
Hey, you're the one who made the speech.
I think everybody can share the credit here.
Ah, ils veulent encore se parler.
When all is said and done, perhaps I have been a slave this whole time too.
You, a Renan lord? How do you figure that exactly?
I was complicit in the Renan system, bound by its values, resigned to being swept along, without the resolve to take a stand. And when I realized the severity of my mistake, all I longed for was punishment. A lord. And yet my first instinct was to place my fate in the hands of others.
I think I can relate. I couldn't stand watching my people bow and scrape their way through life, but I didn't know what else I could do about it either. The ability to think for yourself and be your own master, that's what separates a slave from a free person. At least, that's what Law's dad Zephyr used to say. Zephyr taught me how to fight. But in doing so, he also taught me how to live.
Even if it means stumbling along the way. If it's on a road of our own choosing, free of regret. Why, that's the road of freedom. Or, to put it another way, so long as his heart is compromised, even the loftiest of kings is no freer than a slave. I think I finally understand now. This Zephyr character sounds like he was a wise man indeed. I only wish I could have met him.
There's just so much I wish I could ask him, especially now. I wonder, have I been correctly carrying on the torch that he passed to me?
How long have you known?
Known what?
About the darkness I carry inside me. You seem to have been aware of it for quite some time now.
Why ask me now? What does it matter? But yes, I have. I've pretty much known that something was gnawing at you ever since we left Menancia.
So basically since the very start of our journey then. Just when I thought I couldn't feel more ashamed.
Leave the past where it belongs. We have no need for it now. You're forging ahead. That's what matters. If my brother could see you, he'd be proud.
Not as proud as he would be of his sister, I'm sure.
Well then, just as well it's not a competition, huh?
Ah, vivant.
Kisara? Anyone at home in there?
Sorry. Did I look distracted?
Among other things. To be entirely honest, I couldn't tell whether you were smiling or frowning.
You were thinking about Dohalim, weren't you?
That obvious, huh? I was just thinking how good it is to see him moving forward at last. It was always so infuriating, knowing how capable he could be if he just put his mind to it. A prisoner trapped in a cage of his own self-doubt. But now, he's finally beginning to spread his wings. I'm happy for him.
So, then why do you look so sad?
Oh, I don't know if I'd say sad. There's a bittersweetness to it, I guess. It's good and strange, knowing that he won't be needing me anymore. It probably sounds weird, doesn't it? I have this massive worry off my mind. I should be jumping up and down for joy, right?
Must be that maternal instinct of yours at work.
Rinwell's right. You're like a mother bird, finally letting go as her child takes his first shaking and nervous flight from the nest.
A pretty big child.
That's one way to look at it. I wouldn't like to see Dohalim's face if he heard you say that. All this has made me realize I can't allow myself to become a prisoner of my own making like he was. If Dohalim can forge his own path ahead, then I can too. I won't be left behind.
D'accord. Il m'a fait peur, lui. Oh non, attendez. Non. Hop. J'ai à s'y perdre ici quand même, hein. Waouh, c'est beau. Hein.
Thought we'd find answers on Lenegis, but we just ended up finding more questions.
You can say that again. And now we have more problems to fix too. Like figuring out how to reform Lenegis.
That can wait for now. We've got more than enough on our plates to deal with as it is. Like figuring out who's really running the show on Rena.
Yeah. Which is why we're going to the Renan homeworld.
All the answers we've been looking for are on that planet. The person responsible for all this. The Red Woman and the Renasalma. The answers have to be there. Are we prepared to finally find them?
So, what do we do first when we get there?
We know nothing about the Renan homeworld or what we might face once we arrive. We should get a feel for how things are on the ground before we take any serious steps.
It's also entirely possible that the first thing we're going to face is an attack.
If we come across a capital, we should... What?
Oh merde, qu'est-ce que c'est que ce bordel? Oula. Oula, oula, oula. Oh mince.
Damn! The hell just happened?
Our course has been altered. The coordinates are pointing to a different destination.
What's that?
The ship's controls aren't accepting my commands. The engine is being shut down.
That's bad, right?
Quite bad. We've lost control of the ship.
Is all of this the Red Women's doing?
Are they trying to finish us off before we can land?
Everyone! Look there!
Mon Dieu.
A flower blooming out of Rena?
But that flower looks like it's absorbing all of Dahna's energy.
And it appears Lenegis is serving as a conduit for that energy to reach here. Could that have been its true purpose all along?
Eh oui,
If that's true,
d'accord.
do you think the people back on Lenegis are all right?
We can only pray that they are.
Damn it! Haven't they taken enough already? When is this going to end?
The Flower of Oblivion.
With everything that's happening, we need to get back to Lenegis. Is the ship still offline?
Unfortunately, yes. Even more so than when it lay dormant.
Can you fix it?
Starships are extremely complex machines. One wrong move while we're out here in space could very well cost us our lives.
So what? We're just stuck inside here, floating around? For how long?
I don't believe this. We've made it all this way, and now we're stuck here? We're watching Dahna die before our eyes, and we have no choice but to sit here and starve to death?
Law, calm down! You're not the only one who's worried here.
Right. Sorry.
It's still too early to give up. There has to be a way to get out of this.
Alphen.
Now what?
The starship, it's back online?
No, this is different. Something is pulling our ship in towards it.
C'est quoi ça encore? C'est pas possible.
We managed to get moving, but where are we?
It looks like Lenegis in here.
Do you think we might run into more Renans here? Or those red women?
Perhaps. Someone brought us here. The question is, who?
We haven't been ambushed, so that probably means they aren't hostile. Still, why would anyone want to bring us here?
Hey, Xion!
If they wanted to attack us, they could have done so while we were back on the starship. We should see where this path takes us.
Mhm. Ok, alors, là, je suis perdue. On a Dahna, la planète où on était, Rena qui était à moitié détruite, où aujourd'hui, apparemment, la fleur du néant, comme dirait Xion, vient d'éclore, et entre deux, Lenegis. Ok. Je sais pas quoi en penser. Donc, on va écouter un peu ce qu'ils ont à dire.
Here, lend me a hand while I...
No!
What the... Oh, right. The thorns. My bad.
No, I'm the one who should apologize. I overreacted.
Again, Law? Can't you even go a minute without putting your foot in your mouth?
Seriously, it's fine. I'd rather that than people feeling like they're walking on eggshells around me. Besides, I'm the one who should be vigilant about not touching you guys, not the other way around.
Actually, I've been meaning to ask. Not being able to touch people, does it ever get lonely sometimes?
I guess I never really thought about it in those terms. It was either accept it for what it was or come undone. Before long, it was just part of my everyday reality. I think I even forgot there was another way to live. Which isn't to say I didn't feel alone. I did. Always.
So numb to your reality, you couldn't even recognize it as loneliness? I don't know how you managed.
It's fine. I know I'm not alone anymore.
But I can't even touch you. No way of lending you a shoulder when you're down? Even Alphen.
I appreciate the concern. Until I get rid of these thorns, I guess I'll have to put up with it just a little longer. But not forever. Alphen promised me that. Maybe it'll be soon, maybe it won't be. But either way, the day will come. And I'll be ready when it does.
Yeah, just hang in there. One day, we'll share a big warm hug. You'll see. I promise.
Eh oui, bon, eh bien écoutez mes petits geeks, on va s'arrêter ici. Je vous fais plein de gros bisous. Je vous dis à très vite pour la suite. N'oubliez pas, mettez un petit j'aime, un petit commentaire, le petit pouce bleu, tout ça. Ce serait vraiment sympa. Je vous fais plein de gros bisous et je vous dis à très vite. Ciao tout le monde.